Good morning, y'all, and welcome to episode 7 of Exploring the Forgotten Coast, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm still having my first cup of coffee. It's about 6 a.m. Looks like the wife just woke up. The kids are still sleeping. It's 35 degrees outside. I'm nervous sitting here filming with you staring at me. So, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Anyway, 35 degrees outside. We're about to go hit the Apalachicola Bay and do some oyster harvesting, wild caught Apalachicola Bay oyster harvesting with Mr. Dewitt Polous. We're going to get out there and talk about the heritage and the history of oystering, why it's so important to this community, how connected he is and was to the bay and his family, and I'm really looking forward to it. This is going to be awesome. We're going to have to layer up for sure, but we're going to go out here and we're going to tong up some oysters. We're going to cull some oysters, hopefully eat a couple, and just have a great day on the water with Mr. Dewitt Polous. So you guys tag along and enjoy the ride. Mr. Dewitt, how's that Bayside coffee?
Best there is.
All right. How many acres did they give y'all this year, roughly?
I want to say there's 70 acres
Okay.
that they've restored. Of course, now I move a little slower than I used to. Out of all the anchors and stuff there is on the market, the best thing is a crankshaft out of a.
Heck yeah.
It works.
I saw a few of those out at St. Vincent a month ago.
That's what it's for. Works really good out here.
So it's a little chilly out here this morning. What were you telling me a while ago about that guy that would come here barefoot no matter how cold it was?
Oh, yeah, you talk about legends, Mr. Jackie Lee. He was a mullet fisherman, oysterman, jack of all trades. But he, me and my first cousin was down on the dock one morning. It was froze over, about 18 degrees. And we were in our 20s, and we was debating whether to go today. And so we sat there trying to talk ourselves out of going. Mr. Jackie comes down, slides a little dinghy over and starts paddling out to his boat. And he has no shoes on. And it's freezing. I looked over at my nephew or my cousin. I said, Dennis, if he can go, we can go. So we got on our boat and went because he just shamed us so bad. But they were tough.
Different breed.
He never wore any shoes. Mullet fishing, just I don't know how he done it.
Love it.
I would have froze to death. So this is our tongs. This is what we're allowed to use here. And they'll tell on you. They'll tell you when you're getting a little age on you. So we'll see how that goes this morning. Walk back and turn that motor off. We may have to move around a little bit to get right, but really shallow right here. You can look down the bottom, you can see a few oysters. I think they might have already worked this little area pretty hard. Really shallow.
I'm laying right on the culling board too.
You're good.
Looky there.
Yep.
been 5 years.
5 years.
Mr. Dewitt, what is oystering? What does it mean to you?
Well, you know, my family goes back probably almost 10 generations here. And we was just brought up doing it. It's the way of life, and it was really good life. And I probably don't have to do it now because they're not going to let you make enough money to do it. But it's just part of your DNA almost. You know, we just enjoy it. Just who we are. It's just like the your Native Americans, your Alaskans, and all that. It's just kind of who we are.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I just enjoy it. I mean, is it a little cold? Is it easy? Nope. But it's just who we are, and we just really enjoy it. It ain't real thick right here. I think they've worked it pretty hard already. If you look, you can look and see what an oyster. I mean, that's crazy. You know, this is just, that's 3 oysters on that one burr. There's another one. I mean, it's all pretty much oysters. And of course, we have to go through that, separate it. But beautiful oyster. We can't, might have to move around a little bit, find to get exactly where we want to be. Tell you what, I'm gonna move over a little bit. I want to find a little thicker than that. And that's what we do. You move around a little bit. I don't know if you can pick that up in the camera.
Oh, yeah. So what are you feeling for?
Sir?
What are you feeling for when you're down there, Tom?
Well, it's kind of, you can kind of feel, I'm feeling for some material on the bottom. It's not slick. You can actually feel the oyster. But you almost have to picture it in your mind. Just like this, just an extension of your hands almost.
Gotcha.
And pick up in order to get them to go into the tongs. Or you just roll them across the top and you won't get them in there. That's probably 35, 40 pounds each time you do that.
Yeah, it's a workout.
Oh yeah, get the heart pumping real quick.
How's them shoulders feel after a long day on the water?
Sir?
How's them shoulders feel after a long day on the water?
They still feel good to be sold.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I told the guys at the meet in Havana that I wanted to retire from my daytime job, but this was in my blood. And that when I retired, this is what I had planned on doing for the last 34 years. I wanted to do this till I die, as long as I'm able. And I think they like to hear that, but it's just kind of who we are.
Yes, sir.
It's a good life, real good life.
Working the bay with a sunrise, cool, crisp morning. I don't know how you beat it.
We'd come out with Daddy when we was kids. Of course, us 3 boys, and he'd get up and do all the tonging. He'd have us up there culling, and we'd get 25 cents for every bucket that we filled up. And man, that was good money for 7, 8-year-old boys. It was all kind of wild. It was wild goats, wild pigs. I think at one time they had zebras, all kind of stuff over there.
Right.
It was a private place, but yeah, my daddy's told me all those stories that they done it. That's probably a pretty good lick here, I think. If I can get it in them. Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably close to a bag of oysters right there.
All right.
Yeah. But it's just like anything else. It needs to be cultivated. They're really hard to tong because it's been closed for 5 years and it's burry. But it's oysters.
That's what Miss Lynn was saying when we talked. She said it's like a, it's like a farm out here.
Yeah,
you
that's
got
what
to
it is.
till it and
Yeah.
work it.
Just like a farm. And if you get an area where it's not as good, historically when you could, you just move to a different area. But now they kind of bunch everybody up in one area. You can't scatter out. You won't get no better quality oyster than that.
I believe it.
I don't think anywhere on the Gulf Coast.
That's why the Apalachicola Bay oysters are world famous.
They've got their own unique flavor. Now let's cull some of them. I'll show you what we do.
All right.
Now we have to cull them into a can. Back in the day, we just culled them right into the boat because we didn't bag them, we shucked them. I'll put the can there. I'll get me one put over me like this. I'll get over here. And then I'll just go through it. There's a certain way you can hit this oyster. Like this right here. This is probably close to a legal oyster. He's just a little bit shy. So we'll throw, that's a pretty oyster. That's good half shell. But he's just a grunt small.
I gotta be 3 inches.
Got to be 3 inches. So he'll go back. This one, of course, you see he's probably 4 or 5 inches long. But that one actually would be close, but I'd rather not take a chance.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'll put him back. And you have to make sure all the little spats, like that's a new growth, that's a new oyster. I either got to try to knock that off or kill it. Because if I come in, they come out and check me, they'll measure that little oyster. So I'll try to knock it off. Of course, it killed it. Get it off. But that's material going back,
Right.
which is good. This is some of the material. I think this was some of the Kentucky blue granite or something that they put out here for it to grow to, and it works superbly.
I was talking to Alan Ham last night. He said it feels real good on a cold morning to strike your hand a couple times with that culling iron.
Yeah, I've hit it right across there, and it hurts. It's just now healing back from the first day. But you look at that. It's good. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oysters with no little oysters. Those are all legal oysters, every one of them. So I can take and say, there's one, there's one, there's one. There's a specific way you can hit them. They'll come apart. So that's 6 oysters off that one burr. And here's another one just about like it. That's one of the rocks right there. They don't want you throwing it in the bag, so be extra careful to make sure you don't save anything illegal. Get yourself in trouble, get you disqualified. The way they've got it now. That's a pretty oyster, but it's got a small one, and that one will come loose. So I knocked that one loose, and that oyster's about, well, it's almost 3 inches, that one. But the way they're growing right now, this time of year, in probably 3 weeks, that'd be a harvestable oyster.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. This time of year they grow.
Okay.
You see all this new growth, all that right there. It's not like that year round. You can see it. That's all new growth. It's very tender. I mean, you could actually break it off really easy. But they're growing that fast.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 oysters off that bird.
You were saying earlier, when you get a bag, you got to stop what you're doing, get on the website, and check in.
Get on the website. You know, we actually forgot the hell out this morning, so I'll have to do that when I get in too. But I'll do that when I get this first bag. I'll stop tag it and I'll do all that. We left the dock about 8:30, 8:45. So, and then when I get this bag, I have to give them a GPS coordinate, actually where I came from or where I'm oystering. Now, most people would prefer to eat that oyster. They don't like the real big ones. That's a 3-inch oyster, but that's just the right size for a cracker.
Mm-hmm.
I personally like the bigger ones, but a lot of people eat that. But I'm going to throw that back for a seed. I mean, that's just amazing. What an oyster. I just love it. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I can tong it, pick those tongs in the water, put them in the water, start tonging, and I feel those oysters. Boy, my heart will go beating. You know, kind of like deer hunting. You know,
sir.
Just love it.
So what was it like after a 5-year ban, the first day back out here tonging up oysters? How'd that make you feel?
Well, I'll put it like this. The night before, I was way after dark out there playing around on my boat like a kid.
Were you able to sleep at all?
I couldn't. I was so excited. And I was like, you know, I told my wife, I said, this is a shame. I said, I'm really happy, but at the same time, I'm upset. But it's like a little kid. I was out there messing around with this old dinosaur boat, you know, till way after dark, just make sure everything was just right and that I was legal, and put numbers on it, get tags ready. I mean, look there, what an oyster.
Wow.
I ain't got a little bitty hand.
Right.
That's as big as my hand almost.
Wow.
It's amazing.
They look healthy.
Sir?
They look healthy.
They are. I mean, you didn't tong them like this just anywhere back in the day. I mean, you tonged oysters, but they wasn't this thick. Normally we would tong until we got this board full. And we got it full, then we sit down and cull off. It might take 2 hours to cull it off, but you would you'd cull it off.
So a common question I get at my shop is, you know, why did they close the bay in the first place? And I've heard several stories, you know, lack of fresh water, oil spill. What are your thoughts on that?
It was a combination of a lot of things.
Okay.
I would put lack of fresh water at the top of the list.
Yes, sir.
And then as we worked down, I would go from just the way they bunched the boats up for forever in one general area. I think that started probably in the early to mid 80s. They would start having closure because they said the water was polluted. I mean, for instance, they'd have everybody bunched up on Cat Point, which is where we're at today.
Mm-hmm.
But just on the other side of the bridge, which is right there, those waters was closed. Those oysters was shut down because it was polluted.
That's the bridge going to
But
St.
the
George.
same water, you know, and within 5 minutes would be over here.
Mm-hmm.
So it just made no sense. And everybody questioned, but, you know, they'd have areas on the west side of the Apalachicola Channel that were permanently closed, and the oysters were knee deep to Eddie Amos. And of course, you don't know who that, we use that phrase around here because Eddie Amos was like 6'4" and had real long knees, way up here. So there was a lot of oysters there. But just across the channel, which might be 30 yards, it was open.
Mm.
One side it was closed, the other side was open. One was polluted, one what? It was within 30 yards of each other. It just made no sense. And none of them was polluted, but it was just the way they wanted to do it. You know, just frustrated you.
It seems like it'd be pretty difficult to stay on top of all the regulations.
It's tough.
And, you know, just to be out here and be legal to make a living.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Each one of these areas has, I think this area would probably be called 1642. That's what they call it. So when I reported on the tag and I put it into the website, I had to report give them a GPS coordinate, 1642, Cat Point Spur, what time I caught the bag, you know, it's a lot. And when you come out here and you're trying to make a living, it's hard to, you almost get in a groove. It's like anything else you do. You get in a groove, you're working,
Oh yeah.
and then you get going, then you got to stop.
Right.
And you got to go back and pull the phone out, you know, which I understand the reasoning, but it's just a little bit too much control.
Right.
You know, I mean, the FWC can be out here checking in. They do. They've checked me twice. And of course, everything's been legal. But it's just a lot. And some of the older people that are not savvy enough or don't even have a Apple
Right.
or
They don't
Android,
have a smartphone.
they might have a flip phone.
Right.
It's impossible for them to go in and record it. So they have to go in, go home, get a son or grandson or daughter or something, and go in there and try to record. But then it's kind of messed up because you can't take the GPS coordinates.
Yeah, it's tough.
Where you're at. But they have a map you can pull up, and you can go scroll over there and click on to where you were, and it will give you the coordinates. But that wasn't working. Yeah, maybe now, I don't know. I prefer just do it as I go.
Right.
It worked really well the other day. And they've been very, I have to say the FWC has been very cooperative. They understand it's a trial and error thing.
Right.
And the FW, and kudos to them. The officers I've talked to have been very professional, very polite and understanding. And they realize it's a work in progress. So
I do have to say, you know, officers can sometimes get a bad rap, especially FWC. But every interaction I've had with FWC officers out fishing, same thing. They're not here to bust you.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're forgetting something, like I didn't have my registration one time.
Yep.
And he's like, you know, you got to have it. I understand you didn't know, but
yep.
They're not there to bust you. They got a job to do, but
yep.
They're again polite, professional, and here to help you.
That's right.
Can.
Yep. They some of my best friends are FWC officers.
Yeah, me too.
In the past, you know, like I said, watched them grow up. You know, took them hunting when they were young.
Yeah.
And if I got a question, I'll call and ask them.
You're right.
They're usually on the spot to try to get me straightened out. But, you know, if you ask, it's like opinions. You know, if you ask somebody their opinion about something, then ask the next guy. They all have different opinions.
That's right.
So some of the laws are kind of vague.
Right.
But we're working through it. And hopefully in the future, we're going to be able to do this a little bit more, have more areas opened up. Because, I mean, you see, I've almost got a 5-gallon can. I can have 2 of those. And
that thing filled up quick.
Yeah, we don't even have half
of it.
You
know what you're doing, don't you?
Yeah, we don't have it halfway filled out. My daddy, talking about going back a long time ago, my daddy's name was Jesse James.
That's a cool name.
Yep, and if anybody was a legend, he was when it came to oyster seafood work in general. And but he could cull one of these in oysters like this. Even before he passed away at 70, he died at 78. But we was bringing him out here and let him oyster before they closed the bay. And he at times could cull a bag in 9 minutes.
Wow.
You know, he wasn't stopping and talking, and he was
in the zone.
He was a hustler, you know.
Heck yeah.
9 minutes, that's not long to cull a bag. We're just kind of pecking along now. So I wanted to kind of show everybody how it's done.
Right.
You know, this is kind of an art of this culling too. I mean, if you don't know where to hit that oyster, you're going to kill a lot of them. But you can see this I call it gravy, you know. I don't know, it just gets me excited. And there's a lot of people like that. Not to get too political, but one of the things I really disagree with is the way they limited the entry. You know, I started with the county because when I decided to go with the county, it was oystering full time. We was about to starve to death. They would close the bay at that time for a month at a time because of too much rain or a heavy dew. It just seemed like you felt like they were trying to starve you out. Mm-hmm. And it worked. You know, I had to do something. I had a young family, so I went to work for the county, but I never quit oystering because the county didn't pay enough. I mean, I started the county at $5 an hour.
Wow.
Working at the landfill where I started. Some of the local boys would come out and say, "What are you doing out here?" I'm like, "Gotta do something." Mm-hmm. And I was working at the garbage dump, worked my way up. You know, eventually, after 34 years, I run the mosquito control program for the county, and I love my job. And but they would just wonder how do how do you do that? Work landfill. But I would go oystering. I would spray mosquitoes for Mr. Bill Henderson. Him and Van Johnson actually hired me. And they told me, so now if we hire you, you're not going to quit and go back oystering, are you? I said, no, sir. If you'll give me a chance, I will not quit. Because I was tired. It was famine or feast. There was no in between. And so I did. I started and I worked my way up through the years. But it was just amazing how, I would spray mosquitoes at night. And I'd get home about 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'd get up the next morning and go oystering. And we've done that forever. I mean, me and my wife's been married almost 45 years in March. And we've always had 2 jobs apiece.
Wow.
Forever. So we need to say I'm ready to retire. But I want to do this.
Yes, sir.
But you can see we just about have what they say we can have on a bag. So that would be 1 bag or half a bag. Now I'll do another one, and that'll be 1 bag. We'll get after this one a little bit faster.
So back in the day, how many boats would you see right here where we're at right now?
You could walk on them.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just jump from boat to boat to boat to boat all the way to East Hole. I think at one time there were 500 or 600 boats at one time.
Was there a camaraderie or competition?
Oh, yeah,
or
competition, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's camaraderie also.
Right.
I mean, we didn't have cell phones, but I'd look across there and I'd say, okay, that's so-and-so. He's sure staying there a long time. He must be in some oysters. They'd do me the same way. Well, that's Dewitt over there. He must be in some oysters. Let's go check him out. That's just the way you done. But growing up, we didn't work this end of the bay with Daddy a lot. We worked down west of Apalachicola, what they call the miles.
Oh, yeah.
Because we caught shucking oysters. We never bought, very seldom we caught any bag stock. That shucking oysters mean when we brought them in, put them in the oyster house in bulk, and then our wives would shuck them the next day. And if you caught a little oyster and it was trashy, you had to deal with them because they had to shuck them. So you caught a pretty oyster.
That's exactly what Mr. Ricky said.
Yep.
We went out fishing. He said the same thing.
Yep.
If you brought in trashy oysters, your wife or your sister
will
give it to you.
That's right. It was kind of funny. I don't know if I ever told you the story about how I met my wife, but I wasn't. But when I was 16, that's how old it was. I had bought me a car, a Dodge Charger, 73 Dodge Charger orange.
Wow.
Boy, that thing was pretty. But anyway, me and Scott Shiver, Pastor Scott now, we're cousins.
That's not Miss Pam's husband, is it?
Huh?
Is that Miss Pam's husband?
Yeah, Scott.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's pastor down at the United Baptist Church now.
He's a local postmaster.
Yeah, he's postmaster. But we've always been real close growing up. But went over to the skating rink, which we had over in Apalachicola, and went in there, and I seen my wife walking across there, and I was like, boy, she's pretty. Scott was nice. He said, oh, yeah, she's pretty. So I went and introduced myself. She was 15. I was 16. And, that just kind of started calling on the landline, talking on the phone like kids did back then.
Uh-huh.
And so I told her I was coming over to her house. He said, you better not come over here. My daddy'll kill you. Because she was only 15. I said, well, I'm coming. And I showed up. And, boy, Mr. GW come in the house like, who are you? Gave me that old stink eye. He was mean looking. But he was
Show my gun collection real quick.
Yeah, great guy, though. But, I mean, I'm scared, but not scared enough to not come see her.
That's right.
But as we courted a little bit, he let me come here and sit at the house. Wasn't no going anywhere.
Right.
Because she was just a little 15-year-old, and I was just a little 16-year-old. But I went over one day looking for her, went by her house, and her mom told me, said, well, she's down at her granddaddy's place. Well, I didn't know her granddaddy. So I went down there, and it was Oyster House, Mr. Willie Dyke's Oyster House. And I walked in there, and that little 15-year-old standing at the stall shucking oysters with a hammer. Didn't have the machine back then. And boy, she's getting it, and I'm thinking, because there I was 16. At 16, I could catch as many oysters as any grown man. I mean, Daddy trained us well. I'm thinking, oh my God, she can shuck oysters like that, and I can catch them like I can. We'll get rich.
Heck yeah.
Well, needless to say, 8 months later, we was married at 16 and 17.
Wow.
The judge wasn't even going to let us get married. They told us, says, you can't get married in Florida because you're not 18, talking about me. And I puffed up, little kids. We done made all the arrangements, had the wedding ready to go. Just need the license. She said, I can't do it. So we marched out, said, I said, well, we'll go to Georgia, get married. They'd let you in Georgia. And her mama come back out and said, y'all come back in. She's going to let you get your license.
All right.
So I guess we're married. 45 years later, I hope we are.
That's right.
But it's been a good life. We worked hard and raised the family. We didn't have everything we wanted, but
had what you needed.
We pretty much ate what we wanted.
That's right.
The best seafood in the world. Wouldn't trade it for anything.
Did you ever take Miss Connie to the drive-in theater?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I chased her all over that place. Before I had a car, actually, I didn't know it was her at the time, but we would go over there with mom and dad, and of course, what you done, drive in.
Right.
And me and Scott, Pastor Scott, we'd go over there, and before me and Connie really started dating or liking each other, that's where we'd go sit to drive in. It was so much fun.
Where was it at?
It was right there where Ace Hardware is now.
Okay.
Yeah, all that property was a big drive-in.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, can you imagine you're watching the movie and you got the bay right to the south of you?
Yeah.
That'd be a cool way to grow up.
Actually, I think that's where my daddy met my mom.
Wow.
This was a story he told. Now, she might tell a little different. Used to have a bench up front. It wasn't there when I got a little older, but I had a bench up front, and a lot of the kids be sitting on that bench watching the screen. Said she runs up behind him and kisses him on the cheek and takes off.
Uh-oh.
So that's his version of it.
The rest is history.
Yes, it was a good life. A lot of things has changed, but it's still a nice place to live.
We love it. I've said this on every episode just about. I grew up on a farm.
Yep.
Went to the Atlanta thing. My mom's from Savannah, so I grew up going to Tybee Island, a little island in Savannah called Isle of Hope.
Yep, I used to deliver oysters over there.
And the very first time I came down here, I just fell in love. I didn't care to vacation anywhere else.
Yep.
And next thing I know, we're looking for houses and how we can move down here and quit our jobs and came on down. And full circle moment, we turned that old oyster house into a coffee shop.
Yeah.
We still got the shucking station with a culling iron, a shucking machine.
Yeah.
Trying to keep that history alive. Got some tongs hanging on the ceiling.
Yep, them old tongs. What did I tell you? I said that's like a set of dinosaurs hanging up there at the time. I know. Those actually got Mr. Ronnie Gilbert. He's about the only one building them now. Used to, there was 3 or 4 men around here that actually built the tongs. But that's Mr. Ronnie's the only one I know that's actually building them. He does a really good job with them too. But he's got some age on him. So, if they do open the bay, you either learn how to build them yourself or maybe somebody will take it up and start doing it again. I was trying to get us a bag up here, sit down and cull, so kind of give you it's going to be pretty doggone close.
I feel like you're cranking through it.
Yeah, don't take
You're probably not even high speed right now.
Dad used to tell us, as boys, you want to come out because you see the sheep head behind the boat. Because they love this kind of stuff. We throw the oysters back. And we'd want to bring a reel out here or something, or a pole to try to catch some sheep head. He'd tell us, son, you want to catch fish, go fishing. He said, we're out here to catch oysters.
That's right.
So that's what we done.
Are you able to find culling irons and all the equipment you need still around here? Or?
Mr. Ronnie's building these also.
Okay.
Yep, he's making them. Those tongs were, I think I paid $320 or $40 for a pair of them. And they make the heads are, when we was younger, I swung 22 teeth heads. Those are 16s. So
What's the
22s were this wide.
Oh, wow.
So that's what you work. But you get a little older, you don't want none of that.
How long are these right here?
12 foot.
Is that standard?
Yeah, I say that was standard. I mean, you see how shallow it is out here this morning. When it warms up, the tides change up. We got a real low tide. You could actually, we used to fish back here on the edge. Back here's the old dredge, not dredge, but the old ferry channel. Runs from Cat Point all the way to St. George Island. Had a ferry, so the old channel's still there. And it's not as deep, but there's oysters in it. So we would get 14, 16. My brother had a pair of 20s, 20 foot long.
Dang.
I was like, I'll quit before I swing 20-foot handles. But he done it. The one that you seen at the beach earlier.
Now, how often, for folks who don't know, obviously this bridge going to St. George hasn't been here forever.
No.
You used to have to take a ferry. Is that something y'all used to do as kids?
Nope. That was they stopped that to build the bridge before all that.
Okay.
When we was kids. But my daddy did.
Okay.
They took the ferry. The old part of the old ferry's still in there. The dock, some of it's still left there.
Didn't there used to be cows on St. George?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they ran probably the cracker cows.
Okay. Like you got at your house.
Yep, same time. Cool. They could survive off anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had cows over there. There was goats, all kind of stuff. But there you go. That's 2 5-gallon cans.
All right.
And that's one bag, and that bag is heavy. I mean, because a couple oysters fill like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a good bag of oysters. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll put that there. I'm gonna stop. I got to go back and get my tags and all that good stuff. Keep them dry. And it takes a little longer to do everything. So got this in here. And you have specific tags for specific areas. So I got to go here and find the tags. These are ABPR 2506 Peanut Ridge. So this would be the Peanut Ridge. This is where we at now. PR. Let me get my knife out and get this. I try to keep them as organized as I can. Right, if we make a commercial for Razorback.
As long as they send us royalties. They're checking the mail.
Yeah, checking the mail. All right, so this is the actual, that's 2516. That's the bag tag number. 16, 18, 17. There's a 14. I got a 33. There's a 13. So I'm going to use this 13 first. Lay these right here. And that right there. I have to go in here to open my phone. Okay, we got in that time. Go back out and I'll get my tag. Come up here and go ahead and tag this one because they want you to tag as you go. Stop what you're doing. Come in here and just make sure this tag is on. So that's locked in. That was good. So now we can tong another one.
Yes, sir.
He's 82 years old. And he still he went and had a brand new boat, motor, and everything built just so he could come for opening. And that's another one of them legends right there. Mr. Buddy Wayne. Hard worker, always has been. His mama used to babysit me too.
So what were you saying about East Point? Used to be a bustling beehive.
Yeah, it was like a little beehive. Everybody worked. I mean, you had crab houses, you had fish houses, you had oyster houses, you had cannon house, you had outboard motor shop, had ice houses. I mean, it's just everybody worked. I would come down. I tried to get my buddy to come with me today. We'd get off the bus from Carabel, run home, because I just lived a block from the beach. Run home, change clothes, and we'd come get on the oyster boat and come out and oyster till dark after school. And I'm talking about 7th grade, 8th grade. Work till dark. Then our mamas would shuck our daddy's oysters. When they got through with them, they'd shuck ours. We had plenty of money. I said, so why don't I want to stay in school? You know, I'm making much money as a school teacher. Just a kid. At the time we were. But it was just good. I think I want to say I was 9 years old. The breakwater, it wasn't there. All down front of East Point there was what they call Goodson's Reef. There was oysters everywhere. And Daddy had a little John boat, a little river boat. And he put it overboard for me. He bought me a little pair of oyster tongs about like this. And I could pole. I didn't have a motor. I just poled out there with that pole and get out there. He'd set up on 98 and watch me, make sure I was okay. But it wasn't very deep. And I'd oyster, and I'd catch me 3 bags, 4 bags. Take me all day. And I'd pole all the way down to Mr. James Jones's oyster house and sell them to him for $3 a bag.
How old were you?
I was about 8 years old, 9 years old. I was little. I mean, I wasn't a little fella, but we was raised pretty tough, so we were strong. 10 years old at the most. But selling to him, well, you take 3 bags at $3 a bag, it's $9. That's a lot of money for a little kid back then. And I'd pull back down to the old Gulf station with Mr. Bell Buchanan owned it. And he had the big cookies in the jars, the penny candy, everything was 1 cent a piece. Of course, you just load up because I had a pocket full of money. It was good. We bought our own school clothes. Mom and Dad didn't have to do that. We either picked crabs, went oystering, or cut grass or done something. But we bought our own school clothes when we got old enough to work, which was really early. So that took a burden off of Daddy. And then the boys, we went oystering. Or either if it was time of year he was crabbing, I had to go crabbing with him every day during the summer. And he didn't miss no days. But we'd get in, you had your chores after school, working on crab traps or whatever. And then we could go down into the beach and go swimming, whatever we wanted to do. It was life. I wouldn't have traded for anything. I'll throw these up, then I'll show you. Let me throw these up.
All right.
Let's see, there's a few down there. So you ain't got to go all the way over. You can come right here. So let's get you back.
Now let's try our luck at tong in here.
Let me get you back some fresh bottom where I can see some.
Mr. Dewitt, you are dealing with an absolute beginner here. So
we all was at one time.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you grab hold of these tongs, you'll pick them up. They're not light.
All right.
Open them up. All right, now put them down on the bottom. All right, now when you pull them together, you want to kind of work them in it, pull them together, but lift up, pick up on them. Don't just push them together. You got some? Yeah, you got some.
Got about 5 or 6.
Yeah, come on, you doing good. Let me get out of the way before you knock me over. All right, try it again. This time, when you open it up, get them opened up, put them over, drop them on down, open them on up a little wider. All right, pick up and close them up and down, but not all at once. Just a little bit, that far at a time. Just toot, 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 toot. Nope, you push them together all at once. I want you to hold on to them. Hold on to them. Put your hands on the handle.
All right.
All right, you go. Pick up, 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 up. Get up under them, and I'm coming up, up, and close them at the same time. Up and close them at the same time.
You think there's some in there?
Yeah, keep going. You got to close the handles all the way together. Yep, come on. There you go.
Oh, buddy.
Look at that, son. You want to come up in an angle like this.
Okay.
So put some back in it.
I tell you what, you make it look easy. It ain't easy. Heck yeah. How much do you think them things weigh just by themselves?
Oh, I'd say 50 or 60 pounds.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
And then how many pounds you reckon?
Probably anywhere from, according how many you get, but anywhere from probably 10 to 50 pounds again. Up and down and pull it. You want to keep your tongs as close to the boat as you can and take a little bit of the. There you go.
Uh-oh.
You're doing better than Ray did.
Hey, all right, Mr. Ray.
Come on up like this. There you go.
Now, do you want the...
They have to turn this way.
Okay,
yep,
so perpendicular. I got it.
Just like a rake. And you want to open them up and grab them up a little farther. Yeah, make them a little easier to close. You just got to do this. You got to up, use your shoulders in here. All right. Let me show you one more time. Same place. I'm going to drop them. I want to get them as close to the boat as I can.
Okay.
You want to keep your arms in this way.
Okay.
As close to your chest as you can. You get out here, that much harder. So keep it in here.
Definitely like technique involved.
I'm using my shoulder. That's why so many guys have surgery. Using, getting it down in them, and then I'm going to start picking up, and closing them I didn't feel many there. So I'm gonna come back. Same thing. I can feel there's some there. So I'm gonna get them. I work them down in it. Once I get them in it, then I'm gonna start coming up and closing. Up, stop, move the top boat up and close till you get them this way.
Okay.
Then when you pick them up, you walk up here before you ever start picking them up. Get as close to the board as you can. Then I start picking them up, hand over hand, hand over hand. Then I want to grab the bottom with this hand. And you want to swing them at this angle. And you'll kind of when you throw them up, you let them come open. Try your look again.
Let me go to the back of the boat.
Huh?
Back of the boat?
Just anywhere you feel oysters.
All right, feels like something's right here.
There you go. Like I said, you do that all day long.
Ooh, buddy.
You'll learn how to be more proficient or you'll go home.
That's right.
Grab them up a little higher. Makes it a little easier to close.
Bring my elbows in a little bit. Oh, look at there.
There you go. Come on up. Come on up. There you go. That's pretty good, man.
Hey.
I'm telling you, I've seen guys that tried it a lot harder than you that's been around that can't do that.
I got a good teacher. That's all it is.
I don't know about all that, but you
Got
might be a natural.
teacher. I can't imagine doing that for hours and hours and hours.
Well, it's like anything else. Like weightlifting, anything else. You get conditioned, you'll figure out what muscles you're using, and those muscles get tougher.
I believe it. So is this kind of how it would work? You got somebody tonging, you got somebody culling?
Yep, usually if somebody tonguing, unless you're by yourself, you'll tongue them up, cull them off, tongue them up, cull them off. And most of the time we did work by ourselves back in the day. Unless our wives were with us and they'd be culling.
You know, this makes me think of like bow hunting. You know how many guys, I used to sell bows back in the day.
Yeah.
We'd have these big muscular guys come in. I want 70 pounds, you know, as much as I can get.
Yeah.
And after 2 or 3 shots, their shoulders are blown out.
That's right.
They didn't have technique and they weren't conditioned to that exact
motion. That pull.
Yeah. Same thing with this.
Yep. Same thing.
I feel like I'm in decent shape.
That's right.
My heart rate's 100 something beats right now. And I'm breathing heavy. But this is awesome.
We probably, if we'd had that technology back in the day when we really get it, it probably scared us.
I believe
our hearts beat so hard.
All right, first cold oyster right there. It's legal. Looks good. That one's good. The clump here.
Okay, I'm in.
Looks pretty. Big fat oyster.
Good trip.
That's a little guy. Doesn't quite fit the 3-inch mark. We're going to chunk him back. Same with that guy. Oh, that's a chunky one. Chunky. Little guy. Mr. Dewitt, I think you did a good job teaching me here.
I think so. You're doing a great
We're
job.
getting there. That one's legal. Man, it's a beautiful day out here. Having a ball. What's going on with this guy?
Let me see. That's a shell. That's just a shell. Flip that over and knock that off.
There we go. Big old oyster. Wow. A little short. Knock this guy off. This one looks good. Oh yeah, big meaty oyster right there. Got the thumb.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Oh.
hey, I'm earning the stripes, right?
Uh-huh.
Earning the stripes.
I didn't hear you crying, so.
That one was for you, Alan Ham. That one's a little shorty. That one's busted open. I'll break open this guy right here. Y'all call that gravy?
That's gravy right there, son. That is gravy. You want a big one or a little one?
Whatever you feel like opening up.
That's a big one.
Let's do it.
I'm going to do it this way because.
Don't get no fresher than that right there.
No, sir. Get the shells off of it.
Wow. That is a meaty oyster.
That is meaty. That's going to blow your mind how good that is.
Apalachicola Bay is my first wild caught, fresh out of the water. Mr. Dewitt, cheers.
Boy, that was a big one, too.
Mm.
That's a mouthful.
Mm.
Let's get another one. I think I'm going to have one with you. How about that?
Man, salty, meaty, juicy. Wow.
This is with my regular pocket knife. Normally we have an oyster knife on here, but we didn't bring it today, so I'm being extra careful because this thing is sharp. I mean, that's just superb. They look so good. They're so healthy.
Cracker size right there.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You gonna have one with me?
Yeah, I want.
Let's do it.
Let me get me one.
Man, the flavor is just still in there.
Oh, yeah, stay with you. Get all the shells off. Like I said, you can't get any fresher than that. You got to cut that eye underneath it. Ready?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Slurp some oysters. Mmm. Mmm. Wow.
And they got their own unique flavor.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
A little sweetness on there, too.
yeah, it is. A
Mm.
little bit of salt. They're meaty. That's the way I like them.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
delicious. Thank you, man. It's been a great day.
Put that back to the bay. Come
Go.
back next year and catch some more off of those.
Throw another one. Hey, Wayne, nice to meet you, sir.
He's a legend. That's one of them legends we was talking about.
Yeah. I've been out here a lot of oyster when I was a little kid around the channel. I used to go across that Goodson Harbor and hog them when I was just a kid, 10 years old.
Yeah.
Then I finally got me a boat. and it stayed in scraps full of nails. And I named it Sea Scrap, so we got it from around from Question Island.
Whatever you could find, you built you a boat.
Paul and Joseph Brooks.
Yeah. Oh, them Evans boats, oh, now those made history too back in the day.
Yeah.
Them Evans built boats.
82 years young, out here getting after it.
Now tell him who your partner is.
My partner's Corey, my grandson-in-law.
All right.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while too.
Yeah. His family raised up doing this stuff, that and the tire business.
He's on the trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been working in the water all of our life. I've been on it ever since they closed it down, but that's the only reason I wasn't on it.
Yeah. I told him you went and, before they even opened the bay up, went and had you a brand new boat built, just anticipating to be able to come.
Yeah. We knew it was going to open, but just didn't know what it was going to be.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up episode 7 of Exploring the Forgotten Coast. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I can tell you what, I had an absolute ball. I can't thank Mr. Dewitt enough for taking his time out of his day, taking us around on the bay, sharing stories, and really allowing us to understand the heritage, the history, the hard work that goes into these delicious oysters. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you on the next episode.